Welcome, everybody, live to a very special edition of Game Time Today. I'm your host, Michael Gerl. We will get to our guest in just 1 second. I just wanted to clear something up because there's been some rumors going around. Because some of you saw me in this T-shirt on the weekend and kind of replicated the fact that I was maybe signing my one-day contract with the Toronto Blue Jays today. Those of you know that's been a world dream of mine. No, that's not happening, sadly. Although they're coming off a sweep of the Boston Red Sox, which makes me very happy. Continuing their run to the playoffs. No, I am not signing my one-day contract with the Toronto Blue Jays. However, as we bring in Randy Cave, the Director of Sales, I think is your title for World Play Canada. By extension, Vidflats. I did Alberta morning to you, Randy. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you, Michael. And yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just had a nice weekend, a little bit more relaxing before we take care of some things today here.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like you deserve it. So,
Sorry?
I said it sounds like you deserve it. I know you've been working hard over the last number of months here.
Yeah. So you know what? I thought let's get right to it. For those of you that have some comments, Randy and I will take the Q&A after we're done the formal part for any viewers or subscribers that have any questions. I know the timing is a little bit different than when we normally do these things, but welcome, by the way, to those of you watching this on demand. Without further ado, I have a banner made up for the occasion. Gerl Media Vidflats have announced a new exclusive streaming platform distribution agreement for GameTime TV. So, I'll leave it up on the screen for now. What this means is that Vidflats and Gerl Media have partnered together to produce basically a brand new streaming platform, which is live this morning by going to watch.gametimetv.ca. You can catch all old playoff games, some classic playoff games from this past year on there for now while broadcast schedules and partnerships get announced in the coming weeks. I am holding back one exciting announcement, but I'm going to get Randy to walk us through the new platform. It is much like we've had in the past. Randy, you should have screen sharing.
I do. I absolutely do. Now, Michael, do I have permission? Because I'm going to show him the front end or the.
Yep, I will. I'll make sure that you get that permission here. Give me 1 second.
No. Okay. The permission I'm asking for is for the MW page to show him what when leaks start.
Yeah, you know what? We'll do that right now. I'll make that announcement right now. Because that was my second announcement. I didn't realize you were going to demo that page. No, so Game Time TV, Gerl Media is back as the exclusive broadcaster for the MWGHL for this coming season. You'll be able to watch all 75 regular season games. Birdie on the street told me a special event plus playoffs for this year. So go right ahead, Randy. I believe you should have screen sharing capability.
Yep, I'm just actually moving it over to a different screen here.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. So we'll walk you through this. Those of you that have questions, you can put them in the tweet as we get ready with the questions. Randy and I will take some questions. It's not a formal press conference. I don't do this very often. It is a groundbreaking partnership between Gerl Media and Vidflats announcing a new exclusive streaming platform distribution agreement for GameTime TV, as well as the continuing as the TV home of the MWJHL. So some of this, before Randy gets into his presentation, is very loose. with the dates and times and such. They're not confirmed, but just for the sake of this demo, uh, we're going to do that, and it should be popping up here 1 second. Oh, I think I have to add it. Let's try that. There we go. So there you have it. See, that's the home page.
This is the home
Ready?
page.
You want to walk us through it?
You bet. So thank you, Michael, and welcome everyone. So the new GameTime TV was really designed to make it intuitive for viewers to find content that they want to watch immediately. Right now on the home page, it's really going to be on-demand content from the 21-22 year. And as you'll see right now on the home page, MW on-demand content from the playoffs, followed by an additional slider below for the MFHL on demand from previous years, and then GameTime Today. So right now, this is all going to be on-demand content. Having said that, GameTime is really designed to be both. It's designed to bring you live content from around Manitoba and region, as well as the on-demand content. One of the things that I think is so critical for your viewing experience, aside from it being intuitive to find content, it's also the fact that everything is going to be live and on demand. So if you show up for a game, or if a game is going to start, let's say at 6 o'clock on a Friday night, and you can't make it until 7 o'clock, that's not a problem. When you log in, go to that game, it'll take you to the point of being live, but you'll be able to scrub back to the beginning of the game. Or as a viewer, if you miss that game in its entirety, or you want to rewatch it later, that's not a problem. Everything is live to VOD, meaning video on demand. So a week later, 2 weeks later, if you want to go back in and watch that game, it's going to be available for you to watch there. Okay. What I'd like to do now, Michael, is show everybody a sample of what a typical league page is going to be like.
Yep.
On the front page, which is what you're looking at right now, you're going to have a few different ways you can access the leagues and the games. So up here in the top, in the header, we are going to have a drop-down navigation that allows you to access whichever tournament or league that you'd like. You'll be able to access through the scrolling banners, but we're also going to be putting in a sub-navigation down here, which also lists all the different leagues that you'll have access to. I'm just going to, for argument's sake here, pretend that I went through the drop-down navigation. If I did do that and I went to the MW, this is where it's going to take me, is right in here to the MW page. And the way the page will be set up is it will show all the upcoming games basically over for the next 30 days. From there, I will be able to see the entire MW schedule based on the week. So again, very intuitive navigation, similar to what you might see on something like Netflix. We all know how easy it is to move around and get to the content that we want there. Same type of layout right here. Now, the other thing that'll be happening is on this page, we're going to have a second page option, and it's called All Games. And when you go in there and click on All Games, it will give you each game for the MW season and a filter on the side based on the team. So you'll be able to go select your team and see all your team's games for the upcoming season, both regular season and when playoffs start to come around. So for viewers that want to come in, it will be as easy as selecting a game. And right now we have it set up with a couple of different options. These prices are still TBD, but you'll be able to go in with the option of purchasing an individual game, or if you'd like, you could also purchase a full season pass. And then from there, it'll show the related games below based on the league and based on your team. As you can see in there, you'll also be able to subscribe to the GameTime TV newsletter directly from the site. So again, really designed to be a one-stop shop, centralized hub for all your hockey, Manitoba women's and other league, as well as tournaments content being presented to you by Gerl Media on GameTime TV.
Yeah, so that's basically the nuts and bolts of many months. Some of the comments come in that I can get the screen share off, Randy.
Okay, great. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, so that's that. some reason, some reason I forgot I was the admin and I had to add everything. That's cool. So we'll give a minute for the questions to roll in. There were two comments already. One of them, yes, Christian, the pricing is still to be determined. We are close to announcing the pricing for the M Dub as well. So that will come up in the next. I don't even want to put a time frame on it. Um, the schedule is still being worked on, so the dates are just there for the sake of the demo. They are fairly accurate. I believe we have reason to suspect that we'll be starting in the first week of September. Uh, One comment already coming in. Rob, I did get your comment. Let me find it here. Very easy to use and follow. So
Good.
already off to a great start. Um, Randy, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
we'll have a bit of a Q&A if there's any questions. If not, we'll sign off here. But basically, just unveiling the platform was the focus of this
Yes.
Game Time Today special major announcement. I know you and I are working on a couple other projects as well,
Yeah.
but will hopefully come to fruition, and we'll announce those when applicable. But when you look at uh, producing content today, what excites you about the streaming industry in the future? Because like it took a while for Game Time to get here. Now Game Time is here,
Yeah.
and it seems like it's such a wide array of exciting development, but not only for leads, but for clubs and for fans alike. Can
You
you
know,
just speak to a bit about the market for streaming, how exciting it is, and then kind of tie it all into one, if that makes sense?
absolutely. That's a really good question, Michael. And there's a couple of things that really do get us excited. The first thing is we really do live in a digital world now. And so I'm a little bit older than you. And now, when I was growing up, I lived on traditional cable. And uh, going back enough years, when I started watching hockey, it was one game a week on Hockey Night in Canada, Saturday night at 6 o'clock. And that was about it. And over the years, things obviously expanded to more and more games. But that was really at the professional level. So many of us, we have kids, grandkids, neighbors, kids that friends of family that we've grown up with. The hockey or the sports that really excites us the most is being able to watch those that are closest to us. And that's really where streaming starts to step in and really kind of takes hold, making it possible for all the key stakeholders to be able to view games that are traditionally only available on linear TV. Well, guess what? Now it's available online anytime, anywhere, on pretty much any connected device. And I think that's the other thing that's so exciting. Not only do we get to watch all those games that historically we'd have to have a bum in the seat to be able to watch. And we're going to have friends, family, and fans that are spread right across the country, right across North America, in many cases, right across the world. Guess what? They can all come in now and watch that game and share the excitement together. But the other thing, too, that's so wonderful with the streaming, if you take a look at the analytics over the last number of years, doesn't matter what sport it is. In essence, what we're finding, because we live in this new digital world, let's say, anywhere between about 75 to 80% of all viewership now is not on a traditional television. It's on some type of connected device, usually our phone, sometimes a tablet, or on our desktop. So having it, making it so convenient for people to watch on all these different devices is really also what does excite us as well. And the one thing I will say too, that there's a change that we've noticed in working with a whole host of different sports organizations over the last number of years. And that is, they weren't sure when it came to streaming and live streaming, where do we put it? Do I put it out on some of my social, whether that be Facebook, YouTube, and so forth? And we're not against the social media platforms, but some of them people would put it out there. Other people may put it on a platform such as GameTime. But what was happening for the viewer, They didn't know where to go. Do I go to a social platform to watch? Do I go to a specific streaming platform to watch? One thing that we had heard from a whole host again of different stakeholders is, you know what? I want one centralized hub where I can come in and watch all my games that I want to watch for that team, that player, that league, what have you. And that's really kind of what Game Time is going to be offering to people is that centralized hub, which is something that they're looking for. And then in terms of the fact that it's going to be pay-per-view, one thing that's been critical, it's a real critical message that we've heard again from the different sports organizations is yes, there is a pay-per-view component, but a lot of that pay-per-view is really designed to be able to reinvest back into the leagues, back into the players, back into coaching development. And it's wonderful to see that the sports organizations are taking that approach with amateur sports, and that is, yes, it does cost money to put on and produce these events, but that doesn't mean the money just sits with one group and that's about it. It really does get reinvested back into the groups, the leagues themselves, which is critical because ultimately it goes right back into the players. So.
Yeah, I just had one question come in here, but I
Yeah.
doesn't show up on the feed here because they're commenting on the wrong uh, social channel, which is fine. 'Cause I get this every now and then.
Yeah.
The question is, what about other sports leagues? Well, that's the beautiful thing. We're
Mhm.
just announcing the MWJHL because that is the only one that is confirmed. I can say we are in discussions with other leagues. That's as far as I'll go right now. To bring them over to game time. More exciting announcements coming up. Also, we do have an exciting announcement as it pertains to the future of this show, Game Time Today, that will come out in a couple of weeks. There is a Game Time Today component to this platform, which is going to be unique to the Winnipeg market. It doesn't really exist right now. It is a cookie cutter approach that we're going to try and take. But again, really exciting stuff. Want to really thank you guys for the support. There's a big group of what I like to call game time day oneers that have been with us since day one, back when I started the company. Actually, Gerl Media has been around a little bit longer because we have a radio station which is actually sitting behind me here. But now we've added the streaming department, so I'm really just from a Gerl Media standpoint, and you'll see the press release coming out in a little bit once I hit send. I it's still remarkable to me, Randy, but we're able to keep this under wraps and
Yes.
not entirely much got out.
Yes.
That's a credit to Vid Flats, actually by World Play, who owns and it's a you explain this to me. It's a service of World Play Canada, VidFlats. So the fact that this didn't get out before today uh, is pretty remarkable. But yeah, no, if anybody wants to work with Game Time, if there are leads you're watching this online after the fact, um, you can reach out to me, info at gerlmedia.ca, info at gerlmedia.ca. We can set up a time to meet and go over your streaming project. There's multiple angles to this, some of which we won't even cover today, just because it's one thing that's so cool about this streaming thing is there's multiple ways it can go. You think you have one idea at an initial meeting, and then you come out with two more, and you redefine and you redefine and you redefine, and that's something that's so exciting. But one thing I will confirm, actually two things as far as announcements go. Um, we have heard you loud and clear. I can confirm that if you order a single game pass for one single game, you will have access to it for the entire season. We have removed that 48-hour buffer that we used to have. We did I did hear some comments about it toward the end of last year. So that is removed with this partnership. So you'll have it for the whole season. So players, if you're watching, I know Randy, you used this example on our call last week. If you got a hat trick and grandma and grandpa come for Christmas, all you have to do is pull it up. There's no 48-hour window. Um, there's no 48-hour window of which to work. The other exciting announcement here quickly. We will not be releasing pricing today. As I've already said, there's stuff in the works that'll come uh, at a different time. I can confirm Gerl Media is the radio home of the Winnipeg Blues and the Winnipeg Freeze. That doesn't necessarily tie into what we do here this morning or the video streaming, but it's more for audio of radio broadcasts and then some video streams, uh, not related to Game Time TV, but part of it. So I can confirm that as well. So the big story here, I'm just going to recap quickly on the way out here. Breaking news, Gerl Media and VidFlex have announced an exclusive news streaming platform distribution agreement for GameTime TV. You can get the info. I shared it in the comments already. The site is live. It's watch.gametimetv.ca for now. We are working on a fully integrated Media Game Time TV website, which I'm hoping will be released by the end of the year. Uh, there's just a lot of things that go into stuff like this, and finally months of preparation paying off for sure. The other thing quickly is just on the way out. We will have the questions going to come to me, whether it's later on, somebody watching this on demand. There will be early bird pricing for the MWJHL, as well as, when applicable, other projects that we're working on. I can't step too far into the weeds here because there's agreements that haven't been signed yet, but we'll see. So the only one that we're able to announce again today is the MWJHL that will start in the last week of September and go through till I think the playoffs begin on the 1st of March if everything goes according to plan. You'll catch all that live on Game Time TV. And for those wondering, yes, I am returning as the lead broadcast announcer for that lead. So looking forward to that. As well as looking forward to working with Randy and the team. They've already been excellent partners. Even though we've had this kind of under wraps partnership for the last couple months, month, 2 months. Time is just escaping me here.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, excited to get things going. So if you missed Randy's presentation on the new platform, you can go back in this video. He explains it a little bit. And then all of that will kind of get rolled out in the next couple of weeks. I will say you have to create an account. Your old Game Time TV account will no longer be applicable. You need a brand new account, and you'll have access to the MFHL quarterfinals, the MFHL semifinal, the MFHL championship game 2, and the MWJHL finals for now. Plus some old Game Time today's until we get the content all settled as well. So that's the gist of our announcement. That is our show for today, believe it or not. There is a regular show that usually airs, but because of this announcement, we thought we'd dedicate that whole show to the announcement for this. Just a quick note as well tonight on the Gerl Media socials as well as Game Time TV Facebook page, we recap a crazy Week 7 in the Canadian Football League, including the Toronto Argonauts comeback over the Saskatchewan Roughriders last night. Andrew Harris becoming, I think, only the 6th Canadian to rush for I think it was 10,000 yards. The Winnipeg, big story here in Winnipeg, of course. Those Blue Bombers find a way, and they're now 7-0. And if you looked at it, the statistics as well, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, in games where they have not rested their starter in the last 25 games, they were 24-1. So that's just a remarkable performance. We'll also talk about the big game this week between the Bombers and the Stampeders out where you are, Andy, in Alberta.
Yep.
And we will talk about a whole host of things that will come your way 9 o'clock Central Time till about 10:30, 10:45. So myself, Ryan Coop, I think, is off tonight. So Trey Colbeck and Adam Stewart will be sitting in. I think that's the arrangement we have for this week. So stay tuned for that. They have their Wednesday show. There's also going to be a Game Time Today regular show at some point tomorrow where we recap the weekend that was. Pierre-Luc Dubois is actually meeting the Winnipeg media in about 2 hours. So we'll have a recap of that for you. So the big story, once again, just as we wrap up here this morning, oh, there it is. Gerl Media and BidPlus have announced an exclusive new streaming platform distribution agreement for GameTime TV. It is starting effective immediately. The content will be, I guess, live in the first week of September. There might be stuff before. You never know.
Preseason comes around quicker and
Yeah.
games get added.
You never know. So there could be a live event tomorrow or the next day, even though I don't have knowledge. But the plan is start that thing in September for sure. Thank you, Randy, for hopping on this morning. I know you had to listen to a lot of my preamble,
No problem.
but I appreciate it. Excited to work with you guys. We'll send out the full press release shortly here once I get off of here.
Sounds good.
As well. For more information, www.facebook.com/GameTime TV MB as well. And for now, watch.GameTimeTV.ca. For Randy Cave, Michael Gerl saying thank you very much for watching on this Monday morning. Enjoy the rest of your week and day. Thank you so much for watching. You can watch this on demand as always. For Randy, this is Mike saying so long. Have a great morning. We'll chat soon. Bye for now.